Space Station. I think that you guys probably just saw the launch of the space shuttle with that music in the background. Hopefully that was okay and it wasn't too poorly done, but we're now coming on the deployment of the payload, which is the Unity module of the International Space Station. So this would be the second module for the International Space Station. Now, the Russians had already put the Zara module into orbit with the Proton K rocket, which I did in my last video. If you haven't seen that, make sure to go check that out. So we are currently bringing the Unity 2 module to the Zara module, and I'm going to do the patented Loud and Lazy method, where you just make them both look at each other or like face towards each other, and then you can dock them together, and it's much more simple. Much easier. If anyone doesn't know what that is, it's so much easier to do than trying to dock without doing it. So I'm just pushing H on the RCS controls, which pushes the craft forward, and then this is at 2 times speed, so don't actually go this fast when you're docking. So yeah. And the 2 modules are now docked. So now we're going to dock the space shuttle to the smaller station. Now, I believe the station is now capable of holding people. I don't know, though. That might have been with the next launch. I'm not 100% sure. But we're not going to leave this space shuttle on there, because the space shuttle can't stay in orbit for a prolonged period of time. Anyways, I think it was because of the hypergolic fuel tanks, because they had some issues with being in space for a long period of time. So, extending the grappling arm, and officially docked. And the robotic arm has to be locked as soon as possible, otherwise Kraken just destroys everything. So now we can come back and get ready to deorbit. We've just officially undocked from the space station, and yeah, okay, the claw was just retracted. We can get ready to close the cargo bay. The cargo bay should be closing now, maybe? Yes. So cargo bay is closing, and then we'll use the OMS thrusters to deorbit and then land back at the KSC. So I think in a second here we'll transition to the deorbit engines. And there we go. Okay, now we're deorbiting. This is at 3 times speed, because deorbits are boring, especially from an altitude that's this high. So, the orbit is a little bit inclined, so I'm not going to be able to get it perfectly onto the runway, but the shuttle is a shuttle, so it can fly, and I'll just glide it more towards the right so that it can make it onto the station. Actually, that wouldn't make sense. Like, more south. Yeah. Yeah, more south. More south would be the answer. So, now I got the directory just over to the station. Now the burn is stopping, and then going to transition to the shuttle in relatively the same position. That's totally not because this wasn't my first try. Now, shuttles apparently are hard to land. They either flip out of control, or the nose cone blows up, or something happens. They're not easy to fly during reentry. They're just going so fast. If you pitch down too much, then the nose cone gets pulled all the way down. It's just kind of crazy to fly them. We're a little bit off from the center as I Kerbal Space Center as I said it would be. So we have to turn to the right to get the shuttle properly aligned with the runway. And this is still at 3 times speed, so the shuttle is not going that fast. It'd be pretty magic if it was going that fast, so it's not going quite that fast, but we are coming in for a landing. Landing gear should deploy any second now. And I will bring it back to 1 time speed for landing. Landing gear have deployed. Back to 1 time speed. As you can see, it's still going pretty fast. And we actually do have a drogue chute, the real shuttle. Except I think the one on the real shuttle was a bit smaller. And the shuttle has landed. I will see you guys on Thursday with the next 3rd installment of the Space Shuttle, or the, Space Shuttle series. No, the International Space Station series. Bye-bye.